Today, how can you make someone look slimmer using a needle? No, we are not sucking anything out of them. Actually, we're putting stuff in. We're going to do it using a combination of Botox and dermal fillers. So let's go straight over to the iPad. This patient has already had some lip tattoo done. So you can see that the side of the lip here is not quite as high as right here. So that's something that we can correct using the dermal fillers. But let's just have a look here. You see, she's got this kind of quite full face coming around, and the lower facial third is just a little bit too short. I suspect that if I have a feel of her masseter muscle, which is right here, and remember this is one of the chewing muscles, that this will be a little bit overactive. I can't remember if when we felt her temporalis muscle, which is right here, whether or not that one was a bit overactive too or not, but I don't believe that we actually did any injections there. We've also got this kind of hollowness underneath the eye right here, and a bit of a bag just there as well. We've got a bit of shadow in the chin, and there's just a feeling, a general feeling that there's a bit too much volume here, isn't there? So what did we do? First of all, we used some Botox in the frown lines, the forehead, and around the crow's feet. I also used some Botox in the lower part of her face. So we did the mentalis muscle and this DAO muscle here, which pulls down at the corner of the lip. We then went on to do some Botox for jaw slimming into the masseter. And if you touch your face just here on each side, clench your jaw and see whether or not that muscle pops out. If it does pop out quite a way, sometimes it can make the face look a little bit squarer than we might like to see it. So we can use Botox in there to stop the muscle from working quite as much, and that means it atrophies, so it shrinks down over time, which makes your face look slimmer. This facial slimming tends to work better on people who are grinding their teeth because that muscle becomes really prominent on people who are grinding. This muscle up here in the temple area becomes quite big in people who are clenching their teeth. So they hold their teeth together and it doesn't get open again. Whereas a grinder is going side to side. Like that. The first thing that we did using filler is try to make the face into more of a prominent triangular shape. So we're using a product now on top of the cheekbone. And the purpose of this is to lift back the skin, but also to create some volume and width across the cheekbone to slightly widen the face there. Now we're going to see exactly where the highest point of the cheek should be by marking out where the point of the most light reflection should be coming from. Once we've got that point, we're going to use dermal filler directly in there. So now we've got that bit of sculpting. Let's go and have a look at the angle of the jaw. In this area, on a woman, I like to do the injections quite superficially. Then we go and use another product at the base of the nose, because as we get older, the hole that your nose sits on, it gets wider, and also that bone shrinks back in the face. Moving on to the lip now, remembering that she's got a lip tattoo. We first of all are injecting this Glauco Klein point, which is the M highest point on the Cupid's bow. We're not really putting very much in, it's more to just even up the lip, more about rebalancing her proportions. Then we go and use microdoses to the central lower third of the lip. We're not really putting very much in, but if you look at the moment, the lip is a little bit too linear in its shape. It looks better if all the volume is concentrated on the central third. Now we're going to go and use some filler in the chin point, which will elongate the chin and make a more feminine shape. We're also injecting the chin from underneath, which has the effect of making the lower facial third a little bit longer. So let's go back to the iPad and have a look at our before and afters. So if we look now, this angle here, which is quite rounded, has been changed to being much more pronounced and much stronger square. You can also see she's even got a little bit of hollowing here. And that's partially because we've slimmed this muscle here and partially because we've changed this vector by adding dermal filler. So you see it's kind of round here, but there we've got this lovely straight vector going straight up. We can also see in the lip area that we've improved this M shape. So this GK point has been brought up slightly, and the lower lip, the fullest part, is now the central third, which is in line with her eyes. And the point of the chin is no longer horizontal and kind of flat. It's a much more pleasing V shape. People often ask about how it's going to look when they're smiling or an animation. So let's go and have a look here. You can see that she's got a slight raise of this part of the brow. It's just looking that a little bit more relaxed, which I think is quite nice. And you can see that the fullest part of the cheek is now here, but again she's got this lovely vector going right there as opposed to the fullest part being here and then this all kind of looking a little bit flat there. This has also changed, so you can see this muscle here is pushing out when she's smiling, and there it looks much slimmer. Also, by augmenting the chin in this area here, you can see that we've got rid of this dimpling that she's got there, and also we have filled in this little bit of hollowness on each side there, which is quite nice. Okay, so that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed the videos. If you've ever had any facial slimming work done with Botox or using dermal fillers, don't forget to let me know in the comment section below. Join me again next week for more treatment videos, and in the meantime, please like, comment and subscribe.